Have you ever wondered if you handle the situation properly? I know I have. Well, you're welcome to SIP. Here, we say it properly. And we're looking forward to having you on each episode as we learn together how to say it properly. I am MABEL FOLUKE IRUKERA. See you then. Hello, you're welcome to Say It Properly. I'm MABEL FOLUKE IRUKERA, and I've been having an amazing time with you. I hope you're having an amazing time with me as well. Today, we're going to be talking about something, and I don't want to give you the topic. Maybe, I'll read the scenario and then I'll do my introduction. How's that? Okay, let's go. I have a scenario to paint this day. So listen carefully. Listen carefully. Daniel, why would you let DJ drive to the plaza without supervision when you know he does not have a license? Idiana said as she came towards her husband. Turning away from his computer, he looked at her and said, I never said he could. Where is he? DJ comes into the study where his parents were. DJ, you said your father permitted you to take the car to the plaza, didn't you? Yes, you did, Dad. Didn't you? Yes, you did. Father was visibly upset now as he got up from the chair and walked towards DJ. When did I say that, DJ? When? Dad, I asked you if I could go to the plaza and you said I could. I said you could go to the plaza because as far as I was concerned, you were going with my driver. Both parents stood just staring at DJ because they knew exactly what had happened. Do you get that scenario? Today we're talking about manipulative behavior. That's what we're talking about, manipulative behavior. So you get that, DJ? You get the story about DJ now, where DJ asked the father if he could go to the plaza, and the father said yes, because the father knew he didn't have a license. The father knew he could not drive by himself. And so he expected the right thing to do, which is what they had done all the while, was for DJ to get into the car and go with the driver. But DJ had other plans. And so that's what manipulation is about. Manipulation is what? Let's define it. It's skillfully exercising influence or control on another person for your gain. Skillfully exercising control or exercising control, for your gain. You do it in such a skillful manner that the person that is being manipulated does not even know it all the time. So I ask you, have you ever experienced that before? Or have you done it yourself? Talking about manipulative behavior, what do we need to look out for? It's not just in children, it's in adults as well. An adult can manipulate a child, and vice versa. It's not about the age, it's about the mind and the mindset. And people possess the skills to be able to do this. These skills are probably better used positively if they're used for negotiation or something. But when you use it in a way because you're trying to get away from something or get away with something, better still, manipulative behavior. Well, today we're going to be talking about that. Some signs to watch out for when we're talking about manipulative behavior, either in an adult or a child. Persistent lying. Do you know somebody who is constantly lying? Who would always make an excuse? You say, oh, but you said this, they'll find a way to cover that up. Consistent lying. Watch out. Manipulative behavior. Right there. Guilt tripping. I think this is one of the favorite ones I have. This one is one that people do a lot. So a manipulative person will make you feel guilty about what you're asking them about. So much so that you yourself begin to wonder, did I do that? Did I say it? Did I not do that? That's guilt tripping. If you have someone in your life that's consistently doing that to you, you need to begin to work with them on getting over their manipulative behavior. What about playing the victim? Oh, yes, it happened because if you had just said this to me, if you had told me that, it's because you don't like me, nobody loves me, oh, mommy doesn't love me, daddy loves this person, oh, auntie, playing the victim every single time. And it's not just in children. I keep saying that because there are adults in your workplace, there are adults everywhere that have manipulative behavior, and something we have to watch out for. That's another thing. The other thing is what? Acting out. Oh my goodness. You have that person who is so manipulative that they begin to get very angry and upset. They get so mad that you have to just step back if you do not know how to handle the situation. Talking about manipulative behavior. We'll be right back. We'll take a commercial break and we'll continue talking about this and how to say it properly. So we're back talking about manipulative behavior today, and I shared a scenario with you, and that scenario is not just limited to that family. It happens, we have children that do that, we have adults, we have marriages where one partner is extremely manipulative, and you're like, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with that? Well, let's start with this. In order to be able to overcome or to help someone who has manipulative skills, or even if you're not helping them, you don't want them to get you, you have to learn to take your stand. Do you take your stand? When somebody is manipulative, but you take your stand and you say, no, if I have said it this way, I'm not going to give in. They're going to try all kinds of things. Some will throw tantrums, they'll get angry, they'll get aggressive. Take your stand. Saying it properly. Take your stand. You take your stand. Second thing you need to be aware of is what? Avoid being put on the spot. Avoid being put on the spot. This happens even in the sales industry and the marketing industry. You do that a lot. Well, we're calling you out today because you guys have these manipulative skills. So you go into a shop and say, madam, if you don't buy this today, if you don't sign up for it today, by the time you come, the sale will be over. And you feel pressured because at that time they're trying to make you do something. You don't even have the money for it. You don't even have, the leeway to spend a little bit more, but they're making you sign up for it. I know that people have signed up for car loans or taken a mortgage that they did not really think because somebody pushed them and said, buy this timeshare, buy this apartment, you can use it for this, you can rent it out, you can do that. If you don't do it now, when you come next month, it will not be there. I'm saying this to you, what you need to do is not take your stand. And when you take your stand, don't be put on the spot. When you let people know that you hear them. So how do you go about this? Saying it properly. You can say, well, if it's a salesperson, you can say, wow, I really like this deal and I really want these items, but it's not at the price that I want right now. If you come back a little lower, maybe I'll come back and say, Amanda, we can never go lower than that. So that's fine. So, but if you come back next month, you'll even be higher. You know what? You have to learn when to walk away and say, well, it means I'm going to lose out. As a parent, a child comes to you and says to you, oh, mom, that says it's okay with him if it's okay with you for me to go for the sleepover. That child knows what he or she is doing. Say it's okay. That says it's okay with you, with him rather, if it's okay with you. Most parents, what we do is we say, oh, okay, well, then that means that it's okay for them to do that. But what you need to do at this point, what you need to do as a point now as a parent is what? To take a break and realize that this child is trying to manipulate you and say, okay, let me call her Dora. Say, Dora, sweetheart, well, I'll think about it. Let me talk with your dad, and then we'll be on the same page. Then I'll know if it's something that we want to do. Anytime somebody is trying to put you on the spot and you're able to calm down and give them a response that makes you think, even as you talk to them, you get away from being manipulated. That's reality, and it's something that we can all work on. Always call out a manipulative act when you know it. If somebody has been doing this for you for years and you have been falling for it but you have never called it out, call it out. The first time you call them out, they say, oh, you got game too. Because some people think it's game, like you got game. So you let them know, I know what you're trying to do, and I'm not going to fall for it. Once you're able to get that, next time they'll be more careful about the kind of things that they say to you. Another thing about to watch out in saying it properly is also how your own emotions. Make sure you're not making decisions when you are either too excited or you're distracted. Distraction is a big way to get that manipulative people use. When you're distracted, they speak to you, and once they tell you something, you're like, we'll go back to that issue. So what happened? DJ comes to dad. Dad is on the computer. He knows that daddy is occupied, and he says that to him. So daddy just thinks, okay, well, if daddy wasn't distracted, daddy might have said, okay, well, tell uncle this to take you there, even if you want to drive, because you're learning how to drive, right? But dad just said, oh, go ahead, because daddy was occupied. Try not to be too occupied or too distracted when you're making a decision. Tiredness. Say it properly. Tiredness is key to knowing when to stop. When you're tired, you give in to anything. When you're tired, you give in to anything. You just go about it, like, because I just want to rest. And children know that. So I'm calling out our children on this. When parents are tired, I'm just tired. That's when they know when to ask. So mom and dad, I'm giving you a key today. When you're so tired and a child makes a request, just sit up and know that somebody's about to manipulate you. We're rounding up on this right now. And I want you to realize that, manipulation might be very serious, or it might be something that is very little that you're dealing with right now. But if you do not watch it, it can become something that a person works with consistently in their life, and eventually they manipulate themselves out of favor with people, out of relationships, because they won't always win. They won't always win. Are you the manipulative person? Well, I have a word for you as we round up. The Bible says that manipulation is as bad as the sin of witchcraft. Ouch! I don't think many of us want to be regarded as witches and wizards. So, that manipulative instinct that you have, maybe it's time to curb it. And we know someone that has it, we're just giving you the skills, saying it properly, how to deal with it. So, I look forward to being with you next time on Say It Properly. But before then, one more time, have you subscribed? Byronbee TV? Have you liked us? Have you passed your comments? Have you shared with your friends? I know you've been getting good stuff from us here. So please do that. And we'll see you next time. Thank you. I remain MABEL FOLUKE IRUKERA.
Have you ever wondered if you handle the situation properly? I know I have. Well, you're welcome to SIP. Here, we say it properly. And we're looking forward to having you on each episode as we learn together how to say it properly. I am MABEL FOLUKE IRUKERA. See you then.